It's that time of the week when I record my slots for Colwyn Bay's Bayside Radio. We have a Thursday afternoon, about 2:15, angling slot that goes out, followed a day later and an hour later by Welsh football. Here are a couple of clips from both to give you a little bit of a taster for what's coming up this week on the Jeff Pearson Afternoon Show.
Thank you for your question, and I hope you enjoy your retirement in North Wales. You're certainly in a beautiful part of the country. Regarding tide times, you will find that different venues will produce at different times of the tide. Now, generally speaking, high tide is good when you're fishing off a beach, because what you've got is you've got high water, so when you're casting out, you'll have deeper water in front of you, say, compared to when the tide's going out or the tide is just turned there, Jeff. First thing you need to do is find where the lugworm beds are. What the little curls that you describe them, they're the little casts of the worm. So the lugworm, they live in burrows, which if you were to dissect the sand, looking into them, it would form a U shape. So where the little cast is, that's where they blow out the sand. And what you have to do, well, there's two ways of going for it. Whiting have moved down there. You'll still catch them because cod, whiting, other winter fish, you'll still pick them up during the summer, but you won't get them in the numbers that you will do in the winter. Bass, of course, likewise with them, you can still pick them up in the winter, but really they are a summer species. So bass from the beach, they're great fish to catch. I do love bass. Plaice as well, they also come in during the summer. And off the rocks, you've got the wrasse. They must be the most colourful of the fish that swim in the British Isles. And as you say, it's about what happens not only on the pitch, but also off it as well. One of the things that we've got in Welsh football is a licensing system, and if you fall foul of it, then you sometimes get clubs who aren't very happy. But the reality is, we all know in advance of the end of the season, when we're applying for the next campaign, what the rules are. And it's not just, well, the licensing isn't about the players that you've got in the first team. The licensing is about the setup that you've got at the club. And it's all about raising the bar of Welsh football. And that might be, for example, having a television gantry. It might mean having so many seats in place. It might mean having an academy set. In 1992, the league started. It was called the League of Wales back then. It's now the Cymru Premier, and it's improved incredibly so. The fitness of the players, the technique. We have pro license coaches. We have lots of A licensed coaches. Very well set up now, the individual clubs. As far as Europe's concerned, that's a difficult nut to crack for a lot of the teams that are competing on the European stage. The New Saints last season had a fantastic time. 4 wins, 1 draw, and just that 1 defeat on the road in the Czech Republic.